In other news, scores of youth arrested during the June-July protests are still awaiting justice. The youth who are facing terror charges are growing impatient of what they term as repeated court delays in their cases, which they claim is a tactic to wear them down. As NTV's Victor Ngaroya tells us.
At the Kahawa Law Courts in Kiambu County, more than 70 youth appeared for the hearing of their terrorism-related cases linked to the protests. All the accused are out on bail. Suspects, including 2 Burundian nationals who remain in custody at Committee Prison after failing to secure Kenyan surety as earlier ordered by the court. These cases will be mentioned again on September 29 and others on October 2nd after the prosecution sought more time to complete its investigations. Defense lawyers led by former Chief Justice David Maraga argued that the slow pace of the proceedings may be a deliberate attempt to frustrate and demoralize the accused.
That is the torture we are talking about. These are young people. Some of them are not having any form of employment. Even fair to come here, they have had to get from friends and relatives. How long can that go on?
Human rights activists at the court stressed that fighting for rights through demonstrations does not amount to terrorism, urging the judiciary not to be used by those with ill motives against protesters.
The courts must not allow themselves to be used to rubber stamp trumped up charges. This is something that has happened to all those who've studied the history of this country. From the 80s, when other young people, the generation that came before us, was agitating for a better society.
On this day of the 24th anniversary of the 9/11 terror attacks in New York, where over 3,000 lives were lost, activists insist Kenyan youth are not terrorists.
And there were actual terrorists that did that. This is the formation of this court here. Kahawa Law Courts was formed for 3 main issues: to deal with terrorism, drug trafficking, and wildlife. But today, when we walk in, we see mainly young people.
Others believe the trial is nothing more than a political persecution.
We know that we were held because this was a political persecution, because this state and this regime cannot stand people who speak decent.
The Law Society of Kenya President Faith Odhiambo, in a statement, has addressed the case, stating, and I quote, "I know there are many Kenyans who were killed and injured, while others have been profiled and taken to court over trumped-up charges. I maintain the call to the ODPP to review the trumped-up terrorism charges against peaceful protesters and shift focus on prosecuting the trigger-happy officers who were caught on camera using excessive force to undermine the right of freedom of assembly." Delays in court are now raising eyebrows among some politicians, human rights activists, and Kenyans in general. Victor Ngaroya, NTV, at the Kahawa Law Court, Kiambu.